strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna...
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Silver.
A handoff as they run the counter play. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
33-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Carry for Trenton Cannon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, this is Cannon. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Hey. 4 down. Watch for it.
Now it's Darnold. He finds Coleman. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line.
1st down, Jets.
We're going to set.
Check.
Ready?
Good track.
They'll run on 1st down with Cannon. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down now. It's Cannon, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check safety, John.
Now Rosen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Let him know.
First carry for Kenyon Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Bud Dupree. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack on 1st down, Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Dolphins' 22-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
3 down. Dolphins, nothing.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. That's not new.
From the 22, Darnold on the catch. It's Crowder. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Let's go. Let's go. You tighten up.
On 1st down, Cannon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Darnold looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
And now it's Rosen looking. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 3rd down, Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Check, crunch, ready?
From the 39, Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jerome Baker picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding it? And a pressure gets to him again. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? Back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And this is Parker, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a draw play with Drake. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Tonight, 180. 80. Army.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. It's complete to Drake. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
15-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Check, 59. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Here we go.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here comes Grant on the return, and he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Escaping the pressure right, and that'll be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Get this. Check 50. Sponge.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Rosen. And he hits Drake. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go, forward, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You got three down.
Off of play action, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run it right side with Cannon. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Down to lose one. Mike 13.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Here's Cannon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. One more time, it's Cannon. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cannon, and he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch the pass.
On 2nd down, it's Cannon. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Darnold from the gun. Flush to his right. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Rosen. And he finds Parker here, complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center. You
mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
X3, 218, chop it.
From the gun, it's Drake. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Hey, Zoo.
Play action here with Rosen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Drake. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tackle there by Brian Poole. 2nd and 5 now. Rosen. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he finds Stills, complete. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the 15-yard line.
Middle. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Check 52. Check 43.
They'll keep it on the ground. Stanford. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They go again with Cannon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw is Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Give them the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Charles, defensively, 1 timeout left. Do you use it here, or do you let it roll to the 2-minute warning?
I would use it here because you're going to get the 2-minute warning stoppage as well. And then that means you have to snap the ball again. Something could happen. Something could go awry. You could get the ball back. I wouldn't let it run.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On second down now. It's Cannon, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They'll run again with Cannon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away.
The Dolphins take over first and 10.
Let's go, get that. Let's go, let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. He'll look to throw. And Stills bringing it in. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Throwing now is Rosen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Parker, the intended target.
They'll take over first and 10. At the 48.
He's coming, he's coming. Check in. Okay, just like that.
Darnold is going to take a knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.